how's it going? I am Louis, the Average Guy 1983. Thank you very much for joining me on this video. On this video, I'm going to be unboxing and installing the Fenrir motorcycle style bar end mirrors. I bought these for the Inmotion RS, just like the other video that you guys seen on the GT1. This is going to be very similar, and the design is different. So let me go ahead and share the design code with you. So like you guys can see here, this is a Fenrir brand. The item code is 801-0372, and this is for the design style. The price is $65 versus $68 for the larger size mirrors on the GT1, and it was purchased on Amazon.com. There is no affiliate link, but I would be more than happy to share the link with you guys if you guys want to get this for yourselves. Just remember, you're going to need some M5 screws for the right side of the Inmotion RS. The left side will be using the same stock hardware that comes with it. You guys can see you have the owner's manual installation guide, all the stuff you get inside of it. Some of this stuff, like right here, comes pre-installed, by the way, so you don't have to worry about this little washer thingy here. But we are going to be doing the same thing like the GT1. So we're going to be focusing on method number 2 for the left side, and method number 3, which is for the right side, like the GT1. So if you watch the GT1 video and you're watching the RS video, it's going to be the same thing. On this one, we're doing replacing the M6 screw with an M5 instead of a 6, so you can fit either or. So it has a 5 or 6. So M5 screw at 3 inches long, which is about 75 mm on the length. And that's all you're pretty much going to need, with the washer as well that fits it. Alrighty, so this is exactly how it comes in the box. We're going to go ahead and start off with the mirror first, because I think that's really important so you guys can see what you're getting. This is the Fenrir mirror, and it's actually aluminum. So you can hear that aluminum, man. It's freaking good. It's very nicely detailed. It does have like a little design pattern on here that you can feel. This part of the mirror is firm because it's not supposed to shake and like fall downwards like this and out of place. And like you guys can see me revealing right now, because of the mirror, I'm using my Pocket 3. So let's go ahead and grab the measuring tape so you guys can see how large this mirror is. Okay, so from corner to corner is 5 inches and 1/8, and from the top to bottom is 3 inches. So there you guys have it. This is a mirror. I love this design. It kind of gives me that little gothic vibe, and I think it works pretty well for the RS, because the RS is the mid-med version and it's black. So I think it's pretty cool. And like on the GT1, the hardware is exactly identical. You can see that it has the little hooks that goes on the edges of each handlebar end, because they are bar end style mirrors. And then your mirror attaches to the edge like this, depending which side you have the mirror on. And there is a left and right side, because they do have the name right here stitched on each mirror, so make sure you put them in the right place. We have the included hardware. It's brand new and sealed. These are all M6 screws, not M5s. It only comes with M6 and 2 Allen wrench keys. And finally, something I decided to add on my own was the M5 screw. That is 75 mm in length, which is equivalent to 3 inches, with the little washer that's on the end, so that you can kind of see. That's going to be for the right side of the handlebar grip. So we're going to be installing this on the RS on the right hand side. Other than that, you get the same exact hardware. Here's the little nub that's supposed to go on the edge, and again, the same hardware. As you see it, it's supposed to go on the left side, and the right side, where it already has a threaded insert that's an M5 size, you would just be removing the screw, keeping the washer that's in there, and taking all of this off here. And we'll be using this for the scooter to be able to get the mirrors on the right and left side. So with that said, let's go ahead and take this upstairs and install it on the RS, and let's see how it looks. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so we're now at the top floor here from out of the basement. I apologize that I took so long to make this video. It was raining for quite a while, and on top of that, it seems like the only day that I legitimately have free to do any kind of videos like this is Saturdays. So unfortunately, during the week, I'm slammed with work and stuff that has to do with my kids, so I apologize for that and the lack of content. But the method of installing the bar end mirrors on this RS is the same as the GT1. So all we got to do is just pull out this grip out of the way. On this side, I already have the thumb throttle installed, and thankfully for me, I don't have to move this out of the way. I can keep it as is and just install the screw on the inside here with the bracket on the side, and I'm good to go. So I'm not going to be doing anything to this one other than just installing the bracket like the GT1, very similar to that. However, if you stay with me till the end of the video, I will show you guys on the twist throttle what you have to do after removing the twist throttle out of the way in order to get that screw that's inside out. So stay with me, If you prefer to use the, twist throttle, that's cool. I'll show you how to remove that screw. The only thing that's literally holding it back is just the grip on the inside. The screw got basically pressed into the hole and it's stuck in there, but you gotta use something on the inside to just push it out with some force, and you'll get it out and you can install the mirror right afterwards. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started with this. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is just grab your hands like this, okay, your thumbs. You wanna push your thumbs against this area right here where the little buttons are at, and then these two fingers on each hand, put them on the back of the grip area here and start pushing out, just like this. See how easy that is? Once you get that out, twist it a little bit, and there you go. It is now out. So once we get that out, we can go ahead and start installing the mechanism into this and start putting it into the hole. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so what we're gonna be doing here is we're now just going to be installing this bracket onto the inside of this handlebar grip, just like this. And what we're gonna do is use installation method number 2, because it turns out that the inner diameter of this handlebar is much larger than that of the GT1. So we're gonna need to use both the small and the bigger size little bracket that goes on the inside here. So I'm gonna go ahead and run this into the screw that's inside along with the little locking mechanism, and then we're gonna be installing it. So let me get to that now. Alrighty, so I have it on. So now all we gotta do now is just slide it in and make sure that we align the metal bracket inside into the hole. There we go. All right, so now that it's in, all I need to do is just adjust this little arm lever here to where I want it. And in this case, I'm gonna have it just a little bit right here, somewhere around there, and then just start tightening it up. And again, once I take it for a test ride, I'll be able to fully adjust the mirrors exactly the way I want to have them. But for now, we're going to tighten it up as much as we can so that the bracket remains still and not move out of place. Okay, so I already got this as tight as I possibly can. This is not going to go anywhere anymore, and this is pretty much already gripped on well. So the only thing I need to do is just adjust this arm. I'm just going to momentarily have it just like this, just for now, because what I want to do is once I ride it outside, I want to make sure that I have this arm positioned in a way where the mirrors only show my shoulder area and not the whole arm or half of my body like on my other Michel mirrors, and make sure that I can see the road on the left and right side. We're gonna go on over to the right side now. We're gonna be installing this with just this long screw. This is a M5 75 mm length screw, and this is not included in this kit. So just remember, you'll have to find a screw that's suitable, and try to get some that have the same matching heads, so this way it looks identical on both sides. And use the existing washer that's on the M6 screw along with an M5 washer on top of it, so this way it doesn't come apart. So let's go ahead and get to that now. Alrighty guys, so now we're on the right side where we have the thumb throttle, and all we need to do here is just like the GT1, is just install the bracket with the screw without the additional hardware and this 4mm hex key. So all we got to do is just insert it in here just like that, and remember to always turn the screw counterclockwise until you hear a click, just like that, and then start tightening it down so that it can tighten in place. And that's about it. You want to tighten this up as much as you can without stripping the screw or the hole. As soon as you start feeling some tension, you can pretty much let go. Right now I'm slowly starting to feel some tension here, as I want to make sure that this really does lock into place. There we go, just like that. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, so this is already as tight as it can possibly be. This is always going to be a little bit loose, and yes, I do have some bees around this thing. They're thinking I'm trying to take their stuff. But anyways, all that we got to do now is just tighten this arm. We can position it in any way that you want, just momentarily. You can use your little hex key that's included. This is a 5mm. So we're just going to tighten this up really quick just to leave it the way it is so that I can install the mirrors. Just like that. So now this is not going to move anywhere. So from here, we go ahead and install the mirrors. Alrighty guys, so now that we're going to be installing the mirrors, remember that they do have the name on the body of the mirrors, and they do have a specific way to be installed. These ones get installed with the round part on the inside and the pointy part on the outside, and they do have the name on the back of the mirror. So remember, when we install these, they're going to be going like this, okay, just like that. If you have them positioned like this, where the round part is outside and the pointy part is inside, you installed them wrong. So make sure that they're in this direction. All right, so let me go ahead and install that now. Small screw first, then the washer, and then the mirror. And what we can do is just semi-hand tighten it. Before that though, counterclockwise this thing till you hear a click sound, and then we can start screwing down this mirror. All right, that is one mirror installed. Now we just got to go to the other side and install that one. Same deal here. So we just insert the screw, the washer, and then the mirror. Counterclockwise this thing till we hear a click. There we go. Just so that we know that it's sitting right in the little groove for the screw, so we don't strip the hole. And then start tightening it down. Once we have it tightened down, we can then just take this thing for a ride and adjust the mirror to our liking. Alrighty my friends, and this is it. This is the installation of these mirrors from the Fenrir brand, and I like these ones a little bit better than the ones on the GT1 because they have this nice little like gothic design. To me it looks gothic, but I like the texture of it too. It has a nice texture to it as well, and these are on. So the only thing I need to do now is just take this little scooter out for a spin around the block here and adjust the mirrors according to my riding angle, and I'm good to go, man. So let me go ahead and take you guys over back to the basement so I can show you guys the twist throttle and what you have to do to remove the screw, and that will be the end of this video, man. So let's go to that now. Alrighty ladies and gentlemen, so we're here in the basement right now, and this is the twist throttle for the RS. Now I hope you guys haven't tried doing this yet, but don't make the mistake I made. As you guys can kind of see here, I actually damaged the rubber ring area here of the RS twist throttle. Although the twist throttle still works 100%, this part no longer looks nice. And the reason why is because I thought that I can open up this edge here and pull out this socket, and it turns out that this socket is actually locked into place with this ring right here. So the only thing you need to do to remove the M5 screw that's inside here, which with the light you can kind of see it in there, all you want to do is get that screw that you see in there out. It's kind of hard to see with this light, and this is the most I can zoom in with this Pocket 3, but there's a screw right there in the middle, and all you got to do is just push that screw out. So all I'm going to show you guys is how to do that right now. Okay, so I'm just going to grab something this big here, and I'm just going to stick it inside where the screw head's at, and I'm going to push it down as hard as I can firmly to get it out from the back side. So let me see if I can do that now. There you go. See that? The screw is now out, and all you got to do is just pull it out. Okay, all you have to do now is just insert your other screw with your socket thing for the mirror, and you're good to go, and you can reinstall it. And that's how easy it is to get this off. All right, so now that I showed you guys how to do that, let's just wrap this video up. Alrighty ladies and gentlemen, and this has been the conclusion of the installation of the mirrors. Now you guys got to see how things work, and I highly recommend these. I already used them on the GT1 and they've been working really good. I already took the GT1 out for a spin, and I have like 30+ miles in it already, and yeah, they've been working good. Whenever I go over harsh bumps, like, you know, small little potholes over the scooter that's unavoidable, the mirrors don't move out of place. So that whole shakiness thing, or the mirrors moving down or things like that, it doesn't move. So these are really good mirrors. They cost what they cost most likely for a reason, and it's because they're made out of high quality materials. So again, this is the Fenrir mirrors, bar end style. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Peace for now.